What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Houston's king of bling, Johnny Dang, was recently on the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast, and he literally dropped jewels. Johnny talked about his humble beginnings, how he came up with the bread to get in the jewelry game. He said after working and making only $500 his first 6 months in Houston, when he came from Vietnam, they had to flee to the States because a war was going on between South Vietnam and North Vietnam. When he got here, he only made $500 the first 6 months. And he worked for a jewelry repair place on the weekends, and he worked for another company the rest of the week. He worked every single day. The man got a phenomenal story. Anyway, he talked about coming up with the money by using a system called community loans, where you get with people that's in your community, with family members, friends, or whatever. You pool your resources. Everybody put up $1,000, and after 1 month, y'all sell all your jewelry or whatever it is you're trying to sell. After 1 month, you got $3,000. Then you take that $3,000, reinvest it, and you go on and on. You rinse and repeat. He said that's how he rolled up to the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast in a Rolls Royce. But it took time. He said for the first 6 years, he and his brother and his mother and his father slept in a bedroom in a house that they shared with 2 other families. Mom and daddy slept in the bed. Him and his 2 brothers slept on the floor for 6 years. Who you know would do that, fam? Who do you know would make those type of sacrifices and pooling that money together? But anyway, fam, enough of me for right now. I want you to check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
When I started, I do the loan like in community loan.
Say that again.
Like community
loan.
We do loan together.
People that you know.
Oh, y'all
let's say
money
you,
together.
yeah. Let's say you, me, you, Willie, and me, 3 of us.
Yeah.
We put 1,000 each. So this month I have 3,000, and next month he had 3,000, and the month after you have 3,000. We do pull together, and each month each person have that loan. So if we do 20 person, so each month I get 20,000, and we pay back 1,000 a month. And next month you have 20,000 a month.
Damn.
So that's kind of loan. It's no interest. We just help each other.
Man, that's fucking brilliant, bro.
Right.
So we use that to put on invest. So I open if I want to create 100,000, I open 5 different line like that, friends. So I'm the host. First time I have 100,000, because 20 group. So each person only spend 1,000, but 5 group like that. So I have 100,000 to be on for the capital, business capital. And the next month will be the second guy who have 100,000. We just rotate like that.
Right.
And then you just pay back. If I have 100,000, right, I pay back 1,000 a month. But I pay 5 group. So every month I pay back 5,000.
Yeah.
But I have a first 100,000 to do business without paying. It's just like a loan. It's just community loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, old school. It's not like bank.
That's dope, man.
But you have to be like just together. But if one guy took the whole pot and don't pay back, that mess up the whole group.
You don't want to mess up the money. That is why it's imperative that you only deal with people who you really, really trust, especially the host being the person who collects the money, invests the money, manages the money, and disperses profits. You gotta really trust that person. And that person was Johnny Dang for their group of investors. Now, people call this many things. Some people call it a pyramid scheme. Some people call it susu. And that's really what it is. It originated centuries ago out of Africa. It's called susu, also known as kentauri, otherwise known as Ubuntu. Ubuntu. You got it? Ubuntu. Yeah. So this is this is an old African thing. This is like something that, African people have been practicing for centuries. And this is something that Minister Farrakhan talks about often, but who's listening? Fam, this is something that anybody can do. There is no excuse. And when I hear people say, well, black people, black people. What if all the black people who say, well, black people don't get along, and, black people ain't gonna do right, and you can't trust, and we don't trust each other. What if all those people who make those type of statements got together, since the assumption is, since they're calling it out, they're not like that. Maybe if all of them get together, shit, man, we could move mountains. Think about that, fam. Just think about all the people that's talk down, that say all the negative stuff. Imagine if all the people that say all the negative stuff about black folks, how it's hard to work with black people, imagine if they pooled their resources and just got together, just hooked up. Imagine what would happen. I personally think it's a cop-out. Just like when people say, well, you can't work with family. Man, I can't see a better person to work with than a family member. I can't see a better person to help come up. I just put a play together to help somebody very, very close to me come up, become a millionaire. I could have went and done the deal with anybody, a whole lot of people. I was like, nah, I'm gonna give this to my people. I'm gonna give this person a chance to be a millionaire. So you can work with your family. You can work with family members and close friends. You just have to be very particular. And they really do have to have a skill set. And if they don't, help them get it. If they want it, if it's in them, help them get there. You can work with family. I would rather work with family than anybody else. So when people say you can't work with family, in my mind, they're really saying you can't work with me. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?